Hello and welcome to a new video by me, Charlster 10. It's been a little while. I think I mentioned that in nearly every single video these days. But I am back. It's the first video of 2017. I hope you all had a good Christmas and a good New Year. I personally was planning to make a couple of videos on one on PSX. And my sort of predictions as well as my reactions and things. That didn't happen. I ended up being really busy over Christmas. I had some work, and then in my free time, I was away over the Christmas weekend, which I'm not usually. I'm usually at home, but we were away with family, so I didn't get a chance to do any videos that I planned to do, but I wanted to do something over the holidays. It's my last day today of the holidays that I'm recording this. I don't know when it's going to go up, probably on the 2nd, which is today. I'm back on the 3rd, so at college. But yeah, I thought I'd go over two things. So the video title, obviously this is going to be my top 5 games of 2016, as well as my game of the year, which is obviously my number 1, and you might be able to work it out going from my sort of taste, if you know anything about me in games. So yeah, and then I'm gonna do sort of a channel update thing with what's happening with me and hopefully the channel. So I'm going to do that first. So like I said, over Christmas I was away, and I had planned quite a few videos. I was actually started recording a Watch Dogs 2 review, because I got that and I completed it within a very short amount of time, but I went for the platinum, and by the time I actually got around to having some free time after that from college and things, I felt it was too late. The game had been out for a couple of weeks. All the big reviews were out because they were delayed, so I was hoping to get my review in before then, but unfortunately I didn't, because by the time I finished the game there was still plenty of time to bring out this review before GameSpot and IGN things, but I had a load of work to do, so I never made that review. I didn't get around to doing a Modern Warfare remaster review. I think I mentioned that in the Infinite Warfare one, that I was thinking of doing one. I never got around to it. It's just time, really. I'd love to do loads of videos, but it's a lot of work to do editing with this, because I don't have proper software. I don't have all this amazing stuff, and I'm not amazing at editing and things, so I've had a lot of problems. Like I'm so dumb, I had all my videos in 4:3 instead of 16:9, so that should be fixed for this one. This should be the first video that you can actually watch on your screen. It's not going to be like tiny, so hopefully that's fixed. Anyway, moving on, a bit further in the channel, it's still channel update, fortunately for you guys. But it's now January. I've got my birthday coming up at the end of the month, and I'm getting driving lessons, hopefully, from my mum. So that should be good. And then I'll be hopefully driving, so then if I do go to uni in 2018, then hopefully I'll be able to drive. So that should be interesting. I'm away for 5 or 6 days in California, so that should be good this month. So that means if I was planning to do videos from the 18th to, I think it's the 25th or so, then they're not going to happen because I am away. But I might do some stuff. I don't know. We'll see. I've got my I'm going to be taking my laptop with me. I might film some stuff on my phone or something. I don't know. It's not to do with gaming or anything. It's my dad runs a music shop, and there's this thing called the NAMM show, which is the biggest. It's actually, they are hosting at the Anaheim Convention Center where they did PSX this year, and it's the biggest music event for supplies and things. It's basically, if you think of E3 for games and stuff, it's basically that, but for music stuff. My dad goes every year, but I'm going with him this year. So we'll be going to California for a week, so that should be good, and I'll probably go to Disneyland or something. So that should be pretty fun. But yeah, so that's what's happening with me. I'm hopefully going to do more videos when the time comes to do more videos. I might do sort of my anticipated games for this year. I'm not sure yet. It depends when I get around to it. But anyway, right, let's get into my top 5 games of 2016. So, I've got a little list here. You can hear the paper. I've got a little list here that I just wrote down. It was actually quite difficult because first of all, there's been quite a few games, and second of all, I actually struggled to think of all the games I've played this year because I've played more games this year than I think I ever have in my entire life. So it was difficult. But anyway, let's start off with number 5. So at number 5, I have placed Batman: The Telltale series. Now, before I go into this, I'm going to say this list is obviously my opinion. There are going to be people that disagree with me because that's how the world works. But you know, so I wasn't sure whether to put this on the list or not because the reason I'm doing the list now, and I was planning to do it in like November time, but there were some games I hadn't played yet, and I wanted to see if they were going to go in this list, which one of them did. Well, actually, a couple did. So yeah. Anyway. So Batman: The Telltale series, I thought was a great game, a great addition to the Batman mythos, and it's probably not for people who aren't fans of Batman, and it does great fan service, and it has got some problems, but I think it did a lot of things well. I think it was the first sort of game Telltale have really done recently that's been good. I personally haven't played Game of Thrones or Tales from the Borderlands. I played Walking Dead seasons 1 and 2. Didn't play the spin-off one Michonne because it wasn't meant to be as good. And then I played Minecraft Story Mode because it had an easy platinum. I thought it was okay. It's more for kids. It wasn't my thing. And they also had, what else did they have? They had another one, didn't they? I'm sure of it. I don't even know. But anyway, they've been bringing them out so much that I think they kind of lost it, and their games are also similar. I think they really need to start doing something new because people are going to get bored of their formula, and I think they already are. And they slightly changed up with Batman, and I like what they did with the Batman Telltale series. And I think the story was great, the acting was great, and I just think they did a really great job. And I hope there is a second season, but then I also hope there's a second season for things like Wolf Among Us. So. And they do seem to like doing lots of different things rather than releasing the same stuff. I mean, they've got Guardians of the Galaxy next year, which I don't know. I think that's more of a cash grab, to be honest. If I like Guardians of the Galaxy, I love the movies. I read some of the comics and I thought they were quite good, but I do think that that's not out of their own choice. I have a feeling that might be the high up executives saying that it's popular, so let's do a game on it. But you never know, it might be really good. But yeah, that's what I thought about Batman: The Telltale series. I thought it was quite a good game overall. I think it's got some great story, twist that I never expected. But I recommend if you're a Telltale fan or a Batman fan in the slightest, go and play this game. It's great fun. Takes about 10 hours or so. But yeah, it's all finished now, so if you want to play it, go play it. Anyway, we're going on to number 4 now. So at number 4, I've put Watch Dogs 2. Now, a lot of this list, actually, I have not seen in any top 5s or Game of the Year roundups or anything. And again, it's my opinion. I think Watch Dogs 2 is a great game. I really enjoyed my time with it. I got the platinum within, I think it was 2 weeks because I had to wait for multiplayer to come out so I could get the multiplayer trophies. But I loved it. I've put, I think it says on my Uplay, I've put like 36 hours into the game. And that I haven't played it since I got the platinum. I'm waiting for the DLC, and then I will probably pick it up again. But it's just a great game. It's a sequel that expanded upon everything I wanted it to in the game. The gameplay, the story is 10 times better. The characters were so much more interesting for me personally. I found Aiden Pierce very boring. I nearly forgot his name then. And Marcus is a lot better. I think overall, it's just so much more of a better game. I mean, it still has that Ubisoft, either you could call it charm, or you could call it I don't know, something that you wouldn't like anyway. They use it a lot, but I think it's still a great game, and it's definitely worth picking up because you can get it pretty cheap. Because it's one of those games that didn't sell particularly well, so you could get it cheap before Christmas and things. But I think it's a great game. It had pretty fun co-op missions. And I think the whole aspect of people saying it's like GTA is completely wrong because it plays nothing like GTA. The open world is completely different. It hasn't got as much to do, but what you can do is fun, and that's why it's at my number 4 space on top 5 games of this year. And so at number 3, we have a game that I actually haven't completed. I got this for Christmas. I asked for it. And I was pleasantly surprised. I recently played the first one and thought it was an interesting game. Sorry, my nose. And that's Dishonored 2. This game I got for PS4. It's one of my. Like I said, it's my number 3 for this year. I really enjoyed the first one. I bought it on Steam this year. In a sale, and actually I think I bought it on Humble Bundle, but it's on Steam anyway. And I only recently completed it. I played through most of the game on pretty high chaos actually, and then I went back to it last month and got the rest on low chaos, and I managed to get the best ending somehow, and I absolutely loved it. I enjoyed my time with it. I didn't actually put that much. I only put about 10, 11 hours into it, when most people put a lot more, because I believe I rushed through it at first. So that sped up my playthrough. But I really enjoyed it, and so I really was looking forward to the second one. And when I saw the reviews, I was surprised, because it was very mixed. Some people said it was more of the same. Some people were saying it's more of the same, but it's really, really good. It's done well. You can tell they spent their time on it. But I really wasn't sure, but then I saw it was quite cheap on Amazon, so I got it for Christmas, and I've enjoyed all my time with that. I think I've only put like 5 hours into it, but from what I've played about half the game, I think. I'm absolutely loving it. It's 10 times more difficult than the first one, I think, especially since you playing as, I can't even think of her name, Corvo's daughter anyway, and she's got some interesting powers, and I just think it's overall a much better improvement from the first one, and I think it does so much right that it deserved to be on this list. And so from a gameplay aspect, it's one of my favorite games. So yeah, so we're getting to the top 2 now. So at number 2, I have put a game. This is a game, right, I've been looking forward to for years, and you probably know what it is from that. I remember seeing it in the PlayStation magazine way back when it was first revealed. And then they revealed that they were doing an HD collection of their other 2 games on PS3, and I was like, right, I'm going to have to play these because I've never played them before. And I love them, and I couldn't wait for this game, and that is Last Guardian. I love this game. I managed to complete it in 2 days. This is another one I bought myself for Christmas because I didn't get it, so I had to buy it. It was out of stock everywhere, Amazon, Tesco nearby, same with Game. So it was out of stock everywhere, so I thought, right, I'll just pay an extra 20 quid and get it digitally. I've waited for the game for so many years, and I thought, you know what, I hardly ever pump a full amount into a game, money-wise, so I thought, if any game deserves it, it's this. And I had seen the reviews, and some people said it was amazing, some people said it had bad camera, some people said it had bad controls, and I was mixed, and I wasn't sure at first. But then I started playing the game, and I was like, wow, this is actually a really, really good game. I think it's a great game. It does have its problems. Like the camera, I didn't actually experience that much. It felt no different than, say, Shadow of the Colossus did, and I understand that's a thing that people don't like, because it does feel like a PS2, early PS3 game, and I can see why people would say that, but then they've got to understand it's been in development for nearly 10 years. It was announced 7 years ago, and it's been in development since basically the day after Shadow of the Colossus came out. And I think people need to understand that this went through a lot of hell. I mean, they had a lot of problems with the game, and they tried to fix it, and Ueda tried to do a lot of things with this game, and it just didn't work. And I applaud him for sticking with it. I hope everything goes well with whatever he's planning next, and I think this game is a masterpiece. Really, it's an amazing story. The gameplay is extremely fun. I found it frustrating probably once or twice, but I think people are exaggerating, or they just don't have any patience with the game. And I think when you really look at it, this is a game that you can tell it's not new. You can tell they've worked on it for a long time, and you can see that they poured their heart and soul into this game, and that's why it's number 2 on my list. That's why I think it's one of the best games of this year. One of the best games on PS4, I think, from what I've played. But that's why it's at number 2, and I really look forward to whatever Gen Design are working on next. So yeah. And now for number 1, my game of the year 2016 goes to, you've probably guessed it already, Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. I really, really love this game. I don't know what else I can say about it, really. It does everything right. It ticks all the boxes. It's got an amazing story, looks amazing graphically, probably aside from The Order. It probably looks on par with The Order, to be honest. It's amazing looking. It's a good length for a game. It's got fun gameplay, great acting, great voices. It's just perfect in every single way. There are only a few things I could pick out from it, and I think if you've got a PS4, if you haven't played this game, what are you doing? If you haven't played Uncharted in general, what are you doing? If you don't like Uncharted, I'm sorry, but I don't understand that. I know a couple of people that don't like Uncharted, and I really don't know why they don't like it. I mean, one of them comes up with stupid excuses, but we won't go into that. But I mean, I just don't understand how you can't. You can say it's a bad game, because even the first one, you go play it, yeah, it's not as good anymore, but it's still a great game. And I think Uncharted 4 did everything that the first 3 tried to do and just took it to another level. The set pieces, say, weren't as good as 3, but I understand why they weren't. They did a lot with 3, and it's a different game to all the rest, but it still keeps the heart and soul of it. And I think I applaud Neil Druckmann and all the rest of the team for what they did with this game, and Amy Hennig for even creating the series. If she didn't create the series, well, then I think it would be a very different game. If not, this game might not even exist, and it's just an amazing piece of art, really. I think it's credit to the team and what we can do these days, and I just think people need to sort of think about that when they're playing a game, not just, oh, I'm having fun, but I think they really need to see what else there is to a game. It's not just about playing. Sure, that's fun, but I mean, this game is amazing visually as well. And I mean, Last of Us, I love that game. I think it's an amazing game, and I think, again, that's another piece of art, and I think this can stand with Last of Us, and they can be both great games that people really enjoy. And I think you just need to play this game. It had a great ending. It really sold the series, and I'm going on trying to come up with stuff because, yeah, it's a great game. But yeah, so that's my top 5 for 2016. I'm probably going to do my top 5 most anticipated games of 2017, maybe of whatever's coming up. I really don't know, because yeah, they haven't really said everything that's out this year. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Uncharted 4 is my game of the year 2016. You can have my badge of approval. Yeah, that's right, Naughty Dog. You can reprint the cover, put Charlster 10 game of the year. Yeah, that'd be great, actually, now. But I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you again next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.